What's up everyone, and thanks for tuning into the Electric Bike Journal, and today we are going to review the Trek Dual Sport Plus 2 Stagger. This is a Class 1 electric bike with pedal assist up to 20 miles per hour. It has a 250 watt-hour battery integrated into the frame, and that powers the 250 watt rear hub motor with 40 newton meters of torque. This bike has a torque sensor instead of a cadence sensor, and that is what is used to activate the rear hub motor. A torque sensor measures how hard the rider is pedaling to determine how much electric power to push the bike. The harder you pedal, the more power it gives the motor. It has a Shimano 9-speed drivetrain with hydraulic disc brakes that have 160mm rotors, front and back. The controller is a simple 3-button layout with LED indicators to tell you what mode you are in. There are 3 pedal assist modes you can choose from, and they can be custom tuned by a Trek dealer. There is an integrated headlight and tail light that turns on with the bike. The wheels are 27.5-inch wheels with 2-inch tires mounted on them, and there is also mounting points for a rear rack as well. This right here is a size medium, and it comes in weighing at 38.1 pounds, and there is a range of up to 35 miles. There is an option to purchase a 250 watt-hour external battery that you can mount on the water bottle cages, and this will double your range. The Stagger is the step-through version of the Trek Dual Sport Plus 2, and it comes with a price of $2,399. There are many things that we enjoyed about the Trek Dual Sport Plus 2 Stagger. When we first picked up the bike from the Trek store, we noticed how light it was. We loaded it up into the car and it felt nice and easy, coming in at just under 40 pounds. The bike also has a nice sleek look. It really does look like an analog bike when you first look at it. You can't really tell that there's a motor or a battery integrated into the frame. You can't really even see the rear hub motor because it is hidden behind that 9-speed Shimano cassette. When riding this bike, it is also very, very quiet. In the lower pedal assist modes, you really can't hear it at all, and that makes it for an awesome riding experience. The 9-speed Shimano group set is spec'd well for this bike, giving you a good range of gears throughout the 9 speeds. The torque sensor, which activates the motor assist on this bike, is very smooth and gives a very natural bike ride feel to it. The harder you pedal, the more assist you get, so you're still getting a nice little workout when you are riding this bike. The wheel and tire spec on this make this bike nice and comfortable even on some rough roads, and you can even ride it on the gravel or some dirt paths if you're feeling up for it. The Stagger edition of the Dual Sport Plus, which we have here, is really nice to be able to step forward and not have that crossbar in the way. It does still have a lower little crossbar on there, which does help add the stiffness in the bike, but it does not get in the way when you're stepping forward on the bike or over. Having a support system from a brand like Trek that has many physical shops is also very beneficial. We had a slight issue with the lights when we first got the bike, so we called up a Trek shop and they said bring it on in. We brought it into them and they were able to troubleshoot it right away and get that taken care of. Having in-person help from a shop makes a big difference in the overall experience of owning a bike. A Trek shop can also custom tune your pedal assist modes to get a tune to your liking. They said a lot of customers have been putting pedal assist 1 to get maximum range out of it, pedal assist 2 to get an extra boost but you're still going to be getting some good range, and pedal assist 3 to get the maximum pedal assist so you can get up those hills nice and easily. There are just a few things on the Trek Dual Sport Plus 2 Stagger that we would like to see a little differently. For one, there is no display on it to show your speed, your battery, or your range. It is all on that thumb control, but it is just LED lights. It would be nice to see how fast you are pedaling, and an average at least estimate of the range that you're going to be getting, and to see exactly how much battery you have left. It is great that there is an option for a range extender on this bike, and that will go where the water bottle cage is. So if you are going to double the range of this bike, you will lose that water bottle holder and have to figure out a different way to carry your water. This bike also doesn't come with fenders, so if you are going to be riding it in some wetter conditions, you will have to get some aftermarket fenders on this bike. This isn't the fastest Class 1 pedal assist bike, and it doesn't have a thumb throttle, so if that is something you are looking for, this might not be the bike for you. The Trek Dual Sport Plus 2 is great for someone who is looking to get a nicely priced electric bike for their commute to work, or just some leisurely rides around town. Add that optional rear rack on here and it would be a great grocery getter. Adding the torque sensor to this rear hub bike keeps the price point down compared to a mid-drive electric bike, and this gives a really nice natural pedal assist feel, and you'll get a bit of a workout doing so. Having a network of dealers to purchase this bike from is also very beneficial. You don't have to build the bike. You can go into that shop. It'll be built up for you. And if you have any issues with the bike, you can just go back in there and they can help you out. Let's take you on a little ride to give you a little bit of on-bike riding experience. Out here riding the Trek Dual Sport Plus 2. This is the Stagger model, so it's the step-through model. Gives you just a little room to stand over the bike. If you've got a shorter inseam, or you just don't want to have to bump into anything when you're getting on and off the bike. And right now, just pedaling in the flats in a neighborhood with the bike off. There isn't a display or anything, so it's hard to see exactly how fast you're going, but I am wearing my Apple Watch just to get an idea. Just on the flats with this off, pedal's pretty good. I'm going a little downhill around 10 miles an hour. So it is nice to get this bike going on the flats. It is not that hard to pedal because it is pretty light, actually, coming in at a little over 38 pounds. And that was from a stop, no pedal assist. I just went for it. We're going 11 right now. So if you do run out of battery on this bike, it is a 250 watt hour motor, 250 watt hour battery. So, not the biggest battery, but you do only have a 250 watt motor in the back, so it won't take up too much battery, and the bike's light. So you gotta use less power, less battery, should give you some good range. All right, so I just clicked it into pedal assist 1. And you might not hear the motor because this thing is really quiet. Sometimes it's hard to even tell if this bike is on. All you've got are these little indicators right here. There are 1, 2, 3 pedal assist modes, and pedal assist 1 is what we're in now, and it is quiet. You don't feel like a crazy push right away like you would on other hub motorbikes because this has a torque sensor. So unless you are putting some pressure down, you aren't going to get any assist. But when you do, it gives you a really natural assist. It just boosts what you're pedaling. And I like that a lot. It really gives it more of a natural bike feel. Rather than the bike propelling itself, you need to be actually putting some pressure down to get the bike moving forward. So continuing with pedal assist 1, you can't hear it because it's quiet. This is a slight little downhill, but still, let's see. I'm using Strava, and on this little thing, we are getting around 15 miles an hour. And that's good, like, that's a good cruising speed. And now it's flattened out, just under 14 with pedal assist 1. And you just like, it's so seamless. You don't really even feel a big boost, but you can tell that you're getting an assist. It's hard to put a hard number on it, that's for sure. So I like the torque sensor. This is the first bike I've ridden that has a torque sensor with a rear hub motor. Most of the bikes I've ridden with a torque sensor have a mid-drive motor. So from the stop, you can feel the bike give you that little bit of a boost in pedal assist 1. Let's go to pedal assist 2. This is a little more uphill than downhill, but you do feel that bike give you a boost when you're going. Right now, I'm not really pedaling super hard, but we are going 16 miles an hour on this slight little uphill. And you still really don't hear the motor. This bike is super quiet, and it's very easy to be going right now about 17 miles an hour. And if you really step on it, you can feel yourself going quicker. And I'm still just in 2 right now. Not pedaling super hard, still pedaling, so I can feel my heart rate's going up. But we're going 18.5 miles an hour right now in pedal assist 2 on this slight little uphill. It's just great, like even in 2, you still gotta pedal, but you're getting a nice boost out of it. So if we bump it into 3, which I did right before that stoplight, and we got a little uphill coming, you can feel, even with the soft pedal, you get a bit more of a boost. So I'm gonna, right now, kind of medium pedal in 3 up this hill, and you still don't hear the motor in the highest pedal assist mode you have. And I just made it up that little hill in a soft pedal, going 13 miles an hour. So now it's flattened out. If you start pedaling harder, you feel that motor kick in a bit more. And you do have to shift a bit to get in the right cadence, to put the right pedal power down to get the most out of this. Right now, just 18 going on a slight uphill. It's really hard to judge it by speed because it's more how much assist you're getting with how much you want to work. So now that it's very flat, really putting some power down, takes you up to 20 miles per hour, which is the max assist on this bike. From a stop in 3, you do feel it kick in a little harder than you do in 1, which is nice if you need to get going from a stop to cross the street and you don't want to have to work too hard. And we're gonna go for this hill climb that I like to see how the bikes do. And judging from what I've ridden before, this thing's gonna do really well. I'm still gonna get a little workout out of it because it's not like your cadence sensor bikes where you just gotta spin a tiny bit to get the bike going. So we'll start, shift down to the easiest gear with no pedal assist. And it goes. This is definitely not the hardest bike I've had to pedal up this hill. And you know, since it is lighter at 38.1 pounds for this size, that does help for when you're pedaling up a hill. But up this hill, I'm putting in some work, going 6 miles an hour. So I'll get that into 1. Get me some more assist to get me up this hill faster. And when you shift into 1, you do feel it go on, for sure. You know, you're not getting a crazy big boost, and you're not just coasting, because you still got to pedal to get that power. And it took me from 6 to 10, which is a nice speed to get up a hill. So we'll go into 2, shift a little bit so we can pedal without spinning too much, put some more power down. And 2, getting us to 13, 14 miles an hour up this hill, which is pretty great. So let's get into 3, and you feel that, you get that assist. And that is just so much nicer for going up this hill after pedaling pretty hard on those other ones. And you're not going up to the max of 20 because you'd really have to hammer it. But still, that was 15 up that hill. So we'll go on the back side, this little downhill. This bike really rolls well on the flats. It does carry its speed well on the downhills. Got a good wheel size, 27.5. It's 2-inch tires. So even on these bumpy sections, it's not too much. So that would be 26 down that hill. We got nice hydraulic disc brakes. They do a great job of stopping us at the bottom of the hill. So I've got to the spot that I like to do a little downhill, see how the bike rolls. Got the bike off, going to just let gravity take us. There is a lot of debris on the road, so I'm happy to have these bigger tires. Helps roll over those, and you get a little more grip. So I don't have the computer, like I said. I'll have my watch. I'm going 27 miles an hour downhill. So this bike is quick and has good rolling speed down this hill, and I'm sure we hit a little faster than that. I just don't want to take my hands off the brakes while I go over some of these wet leaves. But yeah, the good tire spec helps you roll over the bumps, some leaves. And that was, I'm sure we had 29 on that. I'll have to look a little later. But this is the Dual Sport Plus, so we gotta check it on some dirt. And just went up a little steep pitch of gravel road. No problem. I went into 3 just to get me up that, but I'll bump it down into 1. And it's cool because it's called the Dual Sport Plus, so you got to be able to take it on some dirt, not just your regular old road. So we go on this little dirt path, and not the gnarliest of roads, but with these tires, get the right tire pressure, it handles these roads no problem. 18 miles an hour on that little thing, and not worried about this thing slipping at all. Going to 2, get me up this little pitch. And it's just nice to know that you can go on stuff like this. There's definitely areas where the bike paths turn into gravel, and if you have a skinny tire bike, won't do you as well as something with a bike like this that has 2-inch wide tires. So props to the Dual Sport Plus 2 for letting us do all sorts of terrain. Wouldn't take it mountain biking, but gravel road, no problem. Thanks for watching this review on the Trek Dual Sport Plus 2 Stagger. If you have any questions about this bike, leave a comment below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do that so you don't miss any future videos.